Welcome guys. It's Mike here, and not a watch video today. Today I want to share with you another passion that I have, a passion in car detailing and car detailing equipment, and just recently upgraded from my regular normal old school hand wash to pressure washing. So I did a ton of research on YouTube, basically just tooled up, got all the equipment needed for an entry-level weekend warrior, which is what I proclaim to be. Not a professional, just a weekend warrior, but you know, one of those people who wants to do things properly, and I would like to share that information and experience with you. So, see you in a sec. Right, so let's start with the inlet hose, and this is the hose from the faucet to your pressure washer. 5 foot would do, but I think I'd rather have more, and you know, if I needed it, then I've got it. Right, so open this up, and I'm doing this with you, so you're going to see all of my mistakes, so that hopefully you'll be able to learn from them. Okay, this is a good hose, and guys, I'll say this as well. I got most of my products and research done by recommendations from other YouTubers, other detailers on the channel. Big shout out to IMJOSHV, and I'll put a link in my description to his channel. Very comprehensive reviews of products and equipment and just methods of how to go about your detailing, right? Also Papa Smurf, very intuitive, always answers comments, which is key that I find as a YouTuber myself. I find that, you know, if you answer people's comments, they tend to appreciate that and come back. So thanks to those two guys, and I'll put links in my description to those two channels. So here we go. 10 foot garden hose, and what I'm going to do is so this end, the female end, will go to the faucet, but this part, the male end, I'm going to put a quick disconnect on that, so that when that goes into the pressure washer, I can quickly disconnect it for cleaning and storage. So this is what I got, guys. This is by Funteck, and it is the 14mm quick disconnect, and it's the M22 fitting. So this end will go onto the pressure washer end. This is the hose end, the female end. So what we're going to do now is take the female end of the hose, and before we do anything, guys, well, firstly I'm going to test fit to make sure that the parts that I got were correct, right? So for any packaging away, test fit first and make sure you got everything right and it all fits together. So we'll do a quick test fit. And straight away, guys, first mistake, I have used the wrong quick disconnect. These are for the pressure washer. So I'm going to keep all of these in this video, guys, because I want you to see the mistakes so that you don't make them as well, right? Very easily done. This is the quick disconnect I need for the faucet to inlet hose, and this I know will definitely fit. So here we go. This came in a pair. I only need the one, so I have a spare. Quick disconnect. Okay, so we're going to fit this to the male end, and we're going to test fit to make sure it goes on. Sure enough, it does. Okay, so now that we know it fits, to ensure that we don't have any leaks, I also ordered this pipe thread sealant, recommended on IMJOSHV's channel. The good thing about this, from what I can gather, is that when you apply it, it also expands as it goes off, so that will help. So we'll just apply some of this. And be careful not to get it on the inside of the hose, because you don't want that. Okay, that should be enough. Okay. Do that up. Knit that up nice and tight, because that is basically not going to come off there now, guys. Whenever I need to use this, it will be now part of my quick connect disconnect system. This going into the pressure washer, and that's staying on there. So let's get the pressure washer out, because I'm going to connect as I go and show you exactly how, well, I'm going to show you the exact method of operation. So back in a sec. So guys, I decided to go for the Ryobi 1600 PSI pressure washer. Perfect for weekend warrior needs. Inexpensive and does what it says on the can, basically. So, you know, I'm only going to be washing every other weekend, every weekend at the most. And I think this is more than enough. It's, you know, it's not that expensive right now. It's a slightly older model. It's been out for at least a year, if not more than that. And it's got some very good reviews. So that's another thing, guys. Check out all the reviews that you can of the product, and check out the negative reviews. It's really good to see what people don't like in these units. I chose this on the back of a review from IMJOSHV. He uses it for his mobile detailing. I'm not a mobile detailer, I'm just a weekend warrior, so I think it'd be perfect for what I need it for. So anyway, here we go. So I'm going to put the male end on to the inlet of the pressure washer. And of course, before we do that, even though it does have rubber O-ring inside, turn it around to the right side. Even though it does have a rubber O-ring inside there, I'm going to put some sealant on the thread just to make it perfect. We don't want any leaks, guys. That's not going to help the system hold pressure. So I don't need to put too much of that on there. Make sure that's good and tight, nipped up properly. Be careful not to cross thread as well. Okay, I think that is good. I'll wipe off the excess, and what we will do is we will carry on with the connection from the outlet to the pressure hose. So now that the inlet is taken care of, guys, we can go to the outlet side. We can fit the quick connect disconnects onto the pressure washer end and the hose end. That's going to be for the hose, and that's going to be for the pressure washer. Take the plastic cap off. Grab our pipe seal. That should be enough. Then we can connect female end. Knit that up. That's on there good. Now we'll put the pressure washer on the floor for a sec. Grab the hose. Now I chose this Flexzilla 50-foot pressure washer hose. Again, very good reviews. It doesn't kink, so you know you won't lose pressure through a kinked hose. Also, with it being 50 foot, I have a regular size drive. I won't need to be carting around, even though the pressure washer isn't that big. I won't need to be carting around the pressure washer behind me. I can literally set it up near to the faucet and the plug, and move around the car just with the hose, which is a huge win, guys. So we're just gonna undo all of this real quick. Okay, and here we have the Flexzilla pressure washer. So this is going to get the female end on both ends, because this female end will now go into the outlet of the pressure washer, and the other female end will connect to the gun. So let's get some seal on there. Don't want too much, just enough. Maybe a little bit more there. As I said, guys, the good thing about this seal, pipe seal, is that it expands, it goes off, so it will create a really good seal for you. And we'll just thread this into one end. And I'll go over these, guys, after the video and make sure they're all nipped up nice and tight, but they go on pretty well. And we'll do the same for the other side. That's a better way to apply it. You're seeing this all live, guys, so if I make any mistakes, please feel free to point them out. I don't mind constructive comments. I do mind being criticized, as we all do. There's no such thing as constructive criticism, right? It's either a constructive comment or a criticism. I prefer the constructive comments. Anyway, let's get this one in. And this, guys, is basically upgrading your hose for your pressure washer from what the standard hose is, and I'll show you that. So the Ryobi 1600 PSI pressure washer comes with this hose. Not brilliant at all. It will kink, it will stay coiled up, not very long either. So I would, when you're doing your research, guys, definitely check out the upgrades for the pressure washer, i.e. the hoses, quick connect disconnect connectors, and things like that, right? So this is now ready to be deployed. So we'll put that aside for a sec, because next we're going to move on to the gun. So guys, what I did was, there was just so many of these on the market. I think my research, the few months of research were taken up mostly by what gun and foam cannon to use. The reason I went with this one, and it is the Twinkle Star foam cannon setup. The reason I went with this, The weak link on these foam cannons is right here at the bottleneck. The majority of them, 99% of them, are all plastic bottlenecks. So basically you've got product in here, so that's going to add more weight to the weak link, and then over time, nipping it up, you're going to put more weight, more wear and tear on the plastic threads. That'll be thrown away in a few months. This gives it a bit more longevity, and that really spoke volumes to me, and that's why I chose this Twinkle Star metal connecting bottleneck to nozzle. So that's why I chose that. If you're going for a lower PSI model pressure washer, you're going to need to upgrade that orifice to a 1.1 mil. So that's what I've done. I've already loosened the connection here. The orifice is in there. I don't know if you can see in there. Yes, you can. I've loosened that as well. Take your flat blade screwdriver. Make sure it's a wide flat blade, because you don't want to cross thread or damage the head of this orifice, because that will be a nightmare to get out. Okay, and there it is. I don't know if you'll see that up close enough, but that is the standard. Now, I use the Mingle 1.1 orifice, all ordered from Amazon, and I'll put links in my description to every single one of these parts, because that's exactly what Josh did, and I found it extremely helpful. And I think you know, anything that I can do to help would be really good. So that's what I did. Now that is the difference. I'm going to try and see if you can see the difference. This is the 1.1. If you can see the difference, and that's the 1.4. I don't know if it's going to focus for me. It's very slight, but guys, trust me, it does make a big difference. Anybody who I've seen on YouTube change it, the results speak for themselves. You can clearly see the difference in the thickness of the foam, and that's what you want at the end of the day. If you're going to use a foam cannon, you want it to be thick. You want it to sit on the vehicle to pull, you know, as much dirt off as possible before you do your contact wash or rinse. So just nip that up. Don't obviously over tight it, because you don't want to cross thread it. Just nip it up. Start reassembling. Nip that up as well. Okay. Now that is ready to deliver your thick foam, right? So that is bottle and nozzle ready to go for the gun. So the gun is going to be a quick disconnect, because I like to keep my hose and hoses and things all quad away separately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting the other end of my disconnect, the male end, that will connect to the pressure washer, on the end of the gun there, and it does fit. Again, links in the description to all of these parts that are being used, and you know, they're recommended by people who are in the industry and use these things every day. So very good recommendations. I highly recommend IMJOSHV and Papa Smurf's channel, because those guys, not only do they review the products really well, they tell you the good, the bad, the indifferent, and they also get back to you. Very important to get back to viewers. And I know when you have a small channel like mine, I mean, I'm usually reviewing watches, and my channel's very small, it's not even 500 subs yet. It's easy to get back to, you know, comments and stuff. When you have a bigger channel, it's not as easy, but you know, these guys seem to still get back to, you know, well, they answered every question that I had, So I think that is commendable. Knit that up. The seal will do its work as it goes off, and that will now connect to my hose as a quick connect. And of course, because it's a quick connect disconnect, you get the swivel, right? So that's another thing to realize as well. A couple of things I picked up along the way, guys. So when you initially put everything together, you prime the pressure washer as you turn it on. Before you use the setup, open the trigger before you turn the pressure washer on, and then turn the pressure washer on. That will force all the air and pressure out, put less pressure on your pump, and elongate the pump life, right? Because once the pump goes, it's pretty much a throwaway unit. So that's something I picked up literally just last night. So you put everything together, you're just about to use it. Before you use it, pull the trigger on the gun, turn your pressure washer on, and away you go. That way you've only got water flowing through, and you're not putting too much pressure or unnecessary pressure on the pump before you use it. The other thing, guys, and it's one of those ones where it's an obvious one, but you'd probably not think of it. When you're connecting everything, for example, I've got that connected, and then imagine the bottle was on. Imagine the bottle was on this. I connect my nozzle. Now, if that is only just made connection, like it, you see just there, it just moved as I turned it. If it had not made connection properly, the pressure from the water when you first turn this gun on could easily remove that nozzle and shoot this as a projectile at what it's aimed at, which is more likely going to be your car window or a panel. Very, very expensive fix. And the last thing you'll be thinking of at that time is washing your vehicle. So, as a note to self, the first thing you do when you've connected everything is aim your gun away from your car. At the ground, at the lawn, at the tree, wherever. Just aim it away from the car first. You know, open the trigger, make sure everything is locked, and you know, that way you'll save yourself some money and some embarrassment. As you saw just then, I connected it, it was on, and it didn't give me that click there that makes you know that it's there, right? It went in, I thought it was good. Now, if there's pressure behind that, water pressure behind that, this is going to shoot off into my car window or into a panel. So just make sure, guys, make sure it's on properly. That to me is on properly. Open the gun, away from the car, and you should be good to go. Safety first, right, guys? Safety first. So there it is in a nutshell. That's what I bought equipment-wise. I'm going to do make this into a series of videos where I show the next step, which is testing the equipment, using the equipment, and detailing my car. I've got some products, some turtle wax products that I want to try out. I've got the Car Pro reset that I want to try out in the gun, in the foam cannon. I've got a new drying cloth, the Griots dryer cloth, drying towel, and also another wash mitt, chemical guys wash mitt. So there are a few things that I want to go through, guys. I want to take you from the stage of buying and assembling the equipment, to testing, to using the equipment, to my process of detailing the car, from wheel wash to rinse, right through to the ceramic coating period, with the intervals. So, you know, ceramic polish the car, wait the 24 hours, ceramic coat the car with the car spray, with the ceramic spray, wait 24 hours, put another coat on, and then we will see the results. Stay with me, guys. It's a weekend warrior video. Mistakes will be made. Please point them out, remember. Constructive comments, not criticisms. And enjoy your detailing. I find it therapeutic. That's what it should be. So hopefully you do too. Thanks for joining. I'm hoping I'm not rambling. If you like what I'm putting out, guys, tell your friends, subscribe, and I'll see you on the other side. Take care, guys. Thanks.